Hey, Mom. Do you have some time to talk?
Hello, Karen. I'm with some friends right now. We're having brunch downtown. If it's about some nonsense again, can we talk later?
This is an emergency. I need a little bit of time, please.
Oh boy. Just because you're my daughter-in-law, it doesn't mean you can waste my time anytime you feel like it. I was just having a great time with my friends. You had to go and wreck everything. So, what's this emergency? And please make it quick. My friends are waiting for me.
Yeah, sure thing. I just got a call from my younger brother, who's living with my folks, as you know. He tells me that a real estate agent came to their house to do a survey of our property. Apparently, they were there to get an estimate of the value of the property. My brother had heard nothing about any survey and thought it was strange, so he pressed the real estate guy about who exactly ordered the survey and… well, it turns out that person was you, Mom.
Oh my, did they go and do that survey so soon? I told them to go there during the week when nobody was around. Those real estate guys. I wish they had at least called me in advance.
Huh, right. But did you really ask for this property survey? This isn't some mistake, was it?
No mistake, I ordered that survey. I was just curious how much that property was worth. Did they tell you what the estimate was?
No, they didn't, but what I want to know is why you even asked for that survey. I don't understand why you would need to know how much our property is worth.
Well, you have to know how much it's worth when it comes to sell. I figured that place is worth $200,000 for the property alone. So, how much did they say it was worth?
Huh? We have no intention of selling that property. That's my brother's place now, and they have no plans to sell it. And where did this come from? Why would we even have to sell it?
Come on, Karen. Your folks have already passed away, so I don't see any reason to keep the place, right? Better just to sell it.
Didn't I just say my younger brother and his wife are still living there? Besides, why do you get to decide whether we sell the place or not? You're just my mother-in-law, for God's sake. You didn't even have the courtesy to ask us first, and just went ahead and ordered the survey.
I don't like that tone of voice, Karen. Come to think of it, why do I even have to get your permission to take a survey? We're related. I'm your mother-in-law, and you are my daughter-in-law, which makes us a legitimate family.
What's that got to do with my folks' place?
You are really dense. As the daughter-in-law, your position in this family is way down there. So, that being the case, why do I have to ask your permission about every little thing? I'm tired of you always whining about my decisions. A very disrespectful daughter-in-law, I must say.
I have always been saying this forever, but the only person in the family that's always talking about status is you. Even Robert, your son. He's always saying we're all equal. We all have the same rights. And besides, what's my parents' property have to do with our relationship? This is my family's property and nobody else's, especially you. I don't care if you're my mother-in-law. Basically, you're just a total stranger in my eyes. You have zero rights to that property, and you have zero rights to sell it.
What the hell are you talking about? What my daughter-in-law owns is ours too. We're related. Have you forgotten? I'm free to do whatever I please with our property.
Do you truly believe such twisted logic will pass muster? And what's more, my younger brother inherited the house, so the house and property is his. That property is neither mine nor yours. Even if I sold that house for $1 million, all that goes to is my younger brother. Simple as that.
I went through all that trouble to get a survey of the place and to eventually sell it. So when that house sells, which I'm sure it will sell, well, I get all the money, simple as that. I'll put the money to good use.
Are you out of your mind? Use your common sense. That is not going to happen.
Out of my mind? How disrespectful! How can you talk to your mother-in-law like that?
You're the one who's being disrespectful. If my folks were still alive, they would call you a lot worse. I mean, think about it. Trying to sell someone else's property? For God's sake! This could be considered a crime.
It wouldn't be a crime simply because it's my property. Oh, that property and that huge house. Way too extravagant for a young couple like your younger brother. They should move out to a small house in the suburbs. I will renovate that house and make way better use of it.
I can't seem to get through to that thick head of yours. I'm really starting to think you're a little funny in the head. No matter how much you whine about it, there is no way you're going to sell that place. You don't even have the rights to it. My brother has the deed to the house and he handles all the issues related to that place.
A deed to the house? So, you people had that hidden from me. From family. I want you to hand that over to me ASAP.
Hand it over? No, why would my brother even think about doing that? How many times do I have to keep repeating myself? No matter what you say, that property will not be sold, and even if it was, the money would definitely not go to you.
You live at my house, and you talk to me like that? That's the thanks I get from you?
Mom, you asked us to live with you. We were planning to rent a place in the city. We got married and you complained that you couldn't live alone. That you were physically unfit to get around. You made all these reasons, pleading and crying, insisting that we live with you. We had no choice but to live with you. Have you already forgotten the spectacle you made? It's a little too early for senility, don't you think?
I really can't believe the despicable tone you're taking with me. It's a daughter-in-law's responsibility to her parents. She should provide all she can for them. It's been true throughout history. If you're not happy about it, feel free to move out. You are not fit to be my daughter-in-law.
Yes, okay, sure. That's fine with me. We'll move out as soon as we can. If that's what you want, don't go crying back to us. I can no longer live with someone with a total lack of common sense.
I'm fine with that too. You're not a part of my family anymore. Good riddance. I'll have Robert find a much better wife. Not a rude and disrespectful person like you. Don't you dare return.
Don't worry, I'll never set foot in that dump again. Good morning, Mother. Just sending a note that we are completely moved out. This is the last time I'll be contacting you, so have a good life. Thanks for letting us stay with you. It was interesting. Goodbye.
Hold it 1 second, Karen.
Huh? Was there something else you wanted to say?
I don't care that you left, but why is Robert's stuff gone too? Where is Robert anyway?
Huh? Robert? Well, he's sitting right next to me. He's unpacking our stuff.
Are you serious? Are you making Robert help with moving? I can't believe you're making my son, the head of the household, do such menial work. Are you out of your mind? You left on your own. What's Robert have to do with this? He's divorced and you continue to make him do your unpacking?
We're not divorced. Robert moved out with me. We're going to be living together as husband and wife just as we have for the past 2 years. Did you really think we got divorced? All we did was change our address. Nothing has changed. We love each other, I assure you.
What? No, that can't be. I told you two to get divorced.
You did tell us to get out, but this is the first time I'm hearing about divorce.
Don't give me that. I want Robert back right away. He's my son.
And he's my husband. And anyway, Robert said that he wants to move out with me. I can't very well refuse. He said he'd rather move out than get a divorce.
You're lying. You would never say such a thing. I know my son. He would choose me over a little tramp like you. He's a kind and gentle soul. He would never hurt his mother. He would never choose you over his beloved mother. Are you nuts?
Well, then I wonder why he's here with me. I mean, I didn't tie him up and haul him over against his will or anything. I showed Robert the line conversation we had the other day. To be honest, he was pretty pissed off. He said you had no common sense, said you were a total nutcase. His words, not mine.
You're making that up. You probably brainwashed him to say that. You're probably holding him against his will. I always thought you were a little convening, no-good woman.
I had nothing to do with it. Robert decided himself. He even found this new apartment for us. I can understand how Robert feels. I mean, if my folks tried to sell your house, Robert would hate me. Oh yeah, and if he ever found out that you were always out drinking, of course, saying it's a brunch date with friends or some such nonsense, man, he would blow his top. You definitely wouldn't see him again.
How do you even know about that? I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard you were out yesterday too. The men's club. Place where all those handsome guys play host to older women.
Huh? Why do you even know about that?
I heard it from your friend from the bridge club. Mrs. Bartlett, was it? She said you and another lady are regular customers of this men's club. I hear you poured quite a lot of money into this place.
Mrs. Bartlett? Why did she tell you? Why do you even know her?
About a week ago, at one of those brunch meetings, she apparently heard you complaining that your daughter-in-law was against selling that property. She was concerned and contacted me. She also told me about the same time she was taken to one of those men's clubs despite saying she had no interest in such things. What's more, she said you were spending an exorbitant amount of money, handing out cash like there was no tomorrow.
Well, that was, you know.
I heard it was way more than you could afford. Way more than your monthly pension can cover. Hold it! Did you plan to sell our property so you could continue going to this club? Or maybe you were paying someone in particular that you were lusting after. Or maybe you're in debt to this place. Is that it? Are you up to your ears in debt to a men's club? My God! Wow, if that's the case, you must really be in financial trouble.
So what? What if I am in debt? This is my life. I can go out and do whatever I please. You, of all people, have no right to boss me around. If I'm in financial trouble, well, it's the daughter-in-law's responsibility to help me out. Don't you even understand that?
I'm sorry, but am I hearing you right? Can you differentiate between what's yours and what someone else's? I mean, a kindergarten kid would even know the difference. Well, continue playing your stupid games. Things will catch up to you sooner or later. Hem and haw all you like. We want nothing to do with you.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
We've completely moved out, so that means we won't be paying the utility bills for your place. That also includes living expenses. So you're going to have to go grocery shopping on your own. After all, we're not living there. Why should we pay any of that, right? Oh yeah, that also means you'll have to pay for all of it with your monthly pension. If you continue at this rate, you'll fall deeply into debt. That's a given. Oh wait, you're already deep in debt, aren't you?
Hold on now, Karen. You can't just stop paying all my expenses. There is no way that can be permitted. You're my daughter-in-law. You're married to my son.
Yes, so what? That's just a label, which you seem to use at any time it's convenient for you. Do you really expect us to pay your expenses? And we aren't even living there. Does not make a bit of sense in my opinion, right?
But then how am I going to live from now on? I'm deep in debt. I admit it. As you said, I'm in debt to that club. I just couldn't help myself. I can't pay that back with just my pension. Please, help me out here. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Oh, hey, I have a great idea. Why don't you sell your house? I mean, living in one big house all alone?
Yeah, but, well, actually, this house is in my sister-in-law's name. She has the deeds to the house, so I just can't sell it. My sister-in-law just lets me live here.
Oh my God, really? I had no idea. You were always going on about it being such a wonderful house and that you worked so hard to get it. I figured you owned it outright. I didn't have the faintest. Does that mean you own nothing? Your monthly pension is all you have?
Karen, I won't ask you to come back, but could you send a little, provide a little financial support? Not much, mind you, please. I assure you, I won't go behind your back again to sell that property, so...
Kind of hard to take you seriously after what you pulled. To be honest, we just moved out, so we're a little strapped for cash. So I'm sorry, but helping you is out of the question.
But please, I can't live on just a pension, please.
You dug this hole yourself. I really don't know what to say. You're simply going to have to dig yourself out. Oh God, is it already noon? I'd better get back to unpacking this stuff. Goodbye. After that conversation, my mother-in-law lined me non-stop, but I switched off my phone and just ignored her. Eventually, she just gave up. I heard from Mrs. Bartlett that my mother-in-law stopped going to the men's club and focused on paying her debts. Apparently, her debts were considerable, and she just couldn't make ends meet. She eventually had to go crying to her sister-in-law. When sister-in-law found out that her debts were from going to some men's club, she really blew her top. She ended up paying off her debts, and then finding my in-law a part-time job to pay her back. Last I heard, she was working day and night to scrape by. As for me, maybe it was because of our no-stress-free life. I got pregnant, and we're expecting our first child by the end of the year. I feel a bit sorry for my mother-in-law, so I figured if she is able to pay off all her debts and show some remorse for her actions, then maybe I'll let her see her grandchild. Maybe it will do her a world of good to see her first grandchild.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, are you holed up in your room again? Mom is upset because she says all you do is stay in your room and you won't even eat dinner with her.
What are you talking about? Mom doesn't even make enough food for me and gets mad when I use the kitchen. So I have no choice but to get takeout all the time. It would be weird if we ate together. Wait, did you come home?
Yeah, I figured I should drop by sometimes, and it's a long weekend.
What do you mean sometimes? You were just here 2 weeks ago.
Why do you care how often I come by?
Well, yeah, but
Now I'm just chilling in my room.
you're messaging me from the next room?
I don't want to get up and go to your room. But anyways, it's all your fault.
What are you talking about?
Just listen. I went to a good college and got into a good company.
Yeah, and?
I'm one of the best employees there, and my bosses love me.
Okay, that's good.
But you
Me?
only graduated from vocational school.
So, what does it matter? I found what I wanted to do. I went to school so I could get good at it.
That's not the problem.
Huh?
Now you don't even work.
What?
All you do is stay in your room all day and leech off of mom and dad. Just hurry up and get a job already. What I mean is, you need to get out of this house. Graduating from vocational school doesn't mean anything if you can't contribute to society.
Wait, I told you before, right? I work from home,
You're a freelancer or whatever, right?
so you do know.
But the world isn't that easy.
What are you talking about?
You're not like me. I mean, I'm amazing at everything I do. But Hannah, you don't achieve anything you set out to do. You're not gonna make it doing freelance.
Well, I know that it's not something everyone can succeed at doing, but I'm getting enough work as I am right now. That's why I went to vocational school, so I can hone my skills.
Wait, you decided to go to vocational school so you could become a deadbeat? You're so funny!
Okay, so you say you're a genius, but you're not making any sense.
What?
I mean, you don't even know what kind of school I went to, do you?
My brain doesn't need any additional unnecessary information. You don't think we're in the same playing field, do you?
Unnecessary, huh? I wonder what part of it is unnecessary.
Whatever. You can only stay high and mighty for now.
For now?
You'll get it soon.
A few hours later.
Hannah, I have to talk to you.
What?
You need to get out of this house by the end of the week.
What? Are you saying that I need to move out?
Yeah.
Why so suddenly?
Sean decided to move back in, so I need your room to be empty.
Huh? What are you talking about? Even if Sean comes back, he has his own room. Why do you need my room?
Do you know what teleworking is?
Of course.
Sean's company has started teleworking, so he's thinking of moving back here, but he wants to have his room and his workspace to be separate, so he needs a workroom.
Okay, so you're saying I need to leave.
Yes. I think this is a good opportunity for you, too.
Why?
Do I have to spell it out for you? All you do is stay in your room all day on your computer.
I told you I'm working.
Sean told me. You only work part-time, right?
No, I work freelance.
It's all the same. It's not like you're even making much money anyway.
Actually, I am. Don't you remember? I've shown you how much I have saved.
Don says you can create fake information online.
So you're saying you're believing what Sean says rather than what you saw yourself?
Well, of course, he's successful. He has actual work experience. I can trust him a lot more than you.
What are you talking about?
Anyways, you need to be out by the end of this week. Sean's telecommuting starts next week, so I have to get a workspace ready for him.
Fine, but I'm gonna check one more time. You're really okay with me moving out?
That's what I said. You're not allowed to come back until you have a proper job. Understand?
A few days later.
Hey, Hannah. Have you moved out yet?
Yeah, the moving truck with all my stuff in it has already left. I'm on the train, heading to my new place now.
Sounds good. So starting tomorrow, your room is now my room. Next time you come home, you can stay on the couch or something.
By the way, your stuff came today.
Yeah, I had it scheduled to be delivered today.
That's fine, but you keep saying you'll be telecommuting, but there wasn't a computer.
What?
Normally, if you ship computers, they'll be in special boxes labeled fragile or whatever. But the only box labeled fragile had a TV in it. Are you sending it separately or something?
What? What are you talking about? There's already a computer at the house. I don't have to bring a separate one.
Was there?
Oh, I'm almost there.
Already?
I was killing time at a cafe nearby. Bye.
15 minutes later.
Hannah! What is this? Why is everything gone?
What?
There's nothing left in your room. What did you do with all the stuff?
What do you mean, what did I do? I told you I packed it all up to move to my new place.
What? Why did you take everything with you?
It's my stuff. Of course I'm gonna take it with me.
You should only take the stuff you bought with your own money, especially the computer. I'm gonna use it.
What are you talking about? I bought everything in my room with my own money. The computer, too. Of course I'm gonna take it with me.
You're a liar! A freeloader like you doesn't have the money to buy a computer that expensive?
I told you I'm not a freeloader.
There's no way you can do freelance work. You're too stupid. No way you can buy a computer by yourself.
I told you I'm making about as much money as someone my age working at an office.
Liar!
If you don't believe me, just ask Mia.
Mia?
Remember? Mia works at the company store. When I got my computer for work, they didn't have anything advanced enough in the store, so I asked Mia to order me this one. She saw me buy it with my own credit card. She'll tell you that it's mine through and through. I mean, I saved up the money for the computer at my part-time job that I was working at while I was going to school because I wanted to save for my future. So, it doesn't matter how much I make now.
Whatever. Just bring back the computer. I need to use it.
No, I need it for my work.
If you're really making that much money, just buy a new one. Bring it back.
Just hold on. You want to use a computer for telework, right? I believe your company will pay for a computer so you can work from home if you need one.
No, well...
Whatever. Anyways, make sure to tell Mom that you're fired, okay?
What? What are you talking about?
I know that your company actually started teleworking 6 months ago, and that you're an okay employee, so you were selected as a member of the first team to start teleworking. But when you actually started working from home, we found out that you don't do any actual work, right? And you couldn't pay rent anymore while you were looking for a new job. So, you moved back home.
How do you know all of that?
My friend works at that company.
What? Who?
Can we stop talking about this? I get nauseous texting on the train. I don't feel so good, so see ya.
Hey, wait!
Bye. 3 months later.
Hannah, I need you to answer the phone.
What?
Your father's brother just called me. He said that I owe him 3 months back rent and I need to pay him ASAP. What is he talking about? Sean says he has no idea what he's talking about. Hannah, do you know what's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? Mom, are you not paying the rent?
Of course. Why do I have to pay rent for a house that I own?
Huh? What do you mean? That house is a rental.
What?
That house used to be owned by Dad's great uncle, so they've been renting it to us really cheap. But when you and Dad got divorced 4 years ago, you said you would not leave the house, so... They said they would let you keep living there if you paid the normal rent price.
What? Wait. So that means that until 3 months ago, the rent was being paid? There's no way your father would pay it, and Sean just started working last year. Where did that money come from?
Of course it came from me.
What?
You only work 3-4 days a week part-time, and I'm the only one who can pay it. And I told you when I moved out that I would tell Great Uncle that I was moving out, so to figure out how you would be paying the rent.
Wait just a second. You were making that much?
I told you I was so many times. I told you that I'm freelance graphic designer.
What? I never heard that.
I told you. You didn't believe me. Or is that you just don't listen to other people? That's the main reason you got divorced, right? And when Dad tried to talk to you about what to do about the house, you wouldn't listen to him. Kept saying that you wouldn't divorce him unless you got to keep the house. All you did was whine like a little kid. And in the end, I had to figure things out with Dad and Great Uncle.
Was that what happened?
I've wanted to move out for a long time. But if I did that, you wouldn't be able to pay the rent. And Sean was still in school, so I had no choice but to live at home.
I see. Okay, then I need you to pay back the rent I owe and give me the money for rent from here on out.
What? Why do I need to pay the rent for a place I don't even live at?
But
You and Sean are the ones who told me to get out.
that's...
I think it's reasonable that the two people living should pay for the rent, right?
Where are you living now?
I'm not telling you. I don't want you coming here. Bye. Afterwards, when I was told to move out, I asked my dad, who lives in a different city, for advice. I cried when he told me I'd done a good job. Currently, I live alone in the same city as my dad. It seems that Mom contacted Dad to try and get back together with him, but he brushed her off and asked about her current living situation. Sean and my mom couldn't pay the rent, so they were kicked out and are currently living in a tiny, one-bedroom apartment together. Sean has apparently turned into a freeloader who keeps saying, "I'm a brilliant freelancer." So my mom has started working more so she can support him. And they can't stop fighting, and it's overall an awful situation. But I don't care. They are no longer part of my life.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Amanda! You there? I thought I told you I was going out with my friends today. I can't believe you didn't have breakfast ready. Again! You're in your room, right? It was so quiet this morning, I thought you were gone. Saw your keys on the kitchen table.
Sorry, Brian. Actually, I think I have a little fever.
Huh? Seriously? What, did you catch a cold or something?
I really hate to do this to you, but I may need to go to the hospital.
Excuse me? I thought I told you I was going out with friends today. I planned this since last week. I can't just not show up. What's a little fever? Staying in bed just makes it worse. What are you, a kid? It's way obvious that you just want to get out of doing any housework or cook breakfast for me. Sheesh. Just get your ass out of bed and make me breakfast, would you? I don't have much time, for God's sake. I can't believe it. Are you up yet? You're really doing this, huh? Really going to go AWOL on me? All right then. Guess I'm going to have to use a little of my wakey recipe on you. What I need is some ice and a bucket. Fill that up with plenty of water. And then, presto! Alrighty, all set. Darn it, no breakfast. Going to have to grab something on the way, I guess. Probably tastes better than anything we got here. Hey, Amanda! Are you still in bed? I don't have time. I'm already late, so I'm off. I dumped some ice water on you to help with that fever of yours. I'm sure that did the trick. Be up and about by the time I get home. You got that? I don't have time for this, so we'll talk later about disciplinary measures.
Hello, Amanda. Are you up and about? You called yesterday morning saying you weren't feeling well. How are you doing now? Any better? If you're still under the weather, I thought I would stop in later. Maybe I could cook you up something or, anything you need.
Hey, Mom. Is that you? I'm cold.
Huh? What's the matter? Did you still have a fever? Where the hell is Brian? He should be there by your side at a time like this. Today's his day off, right? Don't tell me he's not there taking care of you. Amanda, are you there?
He's not here.
Excuse me? He's not there? Where the hell is he? He's obviously not working, so are you saying he's out with friends or something? Amanda, are you okay? What's wrong? You're scaring me. Amanda, please answer me. I'm on my way. Hold on. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Brian, where the hell are you? Do you realize your wife is sick? She has a high fever. She's burning up.
Huh? Who? Oh, hey, Mom. What's up? What's all the flap?
Amanda is very sick. One look and it's obvious. What the hell is wrong with you? Where in the name of gods are you, son?
What are you getting all worked up about, Mom? I'm meeting with friends. It's my day off. I can do what I want.
Are you serious, Brian?
Oh, jeez. Don't tell me she's being a pain in the ass to you, too. Oh, boy. Always currying favor with you. You're spoiling her, Mom. You're just too kind to her. Yesterday, she was faking having a fever, just trying to get out of doing house chores. So obvious. She didn't even make me breakfast. Just lying around in bed all morning. She's so darn lazy. I told her I was going out with my friends like a week ago. I don't see why she can't make a little breakfast even with a little fever. At least she should have made some coffee. So useless.
And so, what did you do?
I had no choice but to stop off at a drive-thru and buy burger and fries.
That's not what I'm asking, son. What I'm asking is what you did before you left home. What did you do to Amanda?
What do you mean?
You really should have taken her to the hospital. But no, you couldn't even do that. Did you really dump a bucket of ice-cold water on her? Really? Is that what a normal person does? I can't believe you did that, Brian. Not only that, you threw open the windows to let cold air in. Why do that? Then without second thought, you go off to see your friends. Your wife told you she wasn't feeling well. Why didn't you listen? Why didn't you take her temperature? A hand on her forehead would have told you she was running a fever, for God's sake.
Yeah, well, that's why you have a fever? You cool it down, hence the ice water. Thought it was the best remedy. I opened the window to get her some fresh air.
She needed to get warm, not put into deep freeze, for Pete's sake. You just made her condition worse. I mean, what did you expect? Dump ice-cold water on her in her bed? Throw the windows open? Really? She's not some barnyard dog.
I had to do something. I didn't have time. My friends were waiting and...
Please, I've heard enough.
Come on, Mom. Why are you so pissed?
Well, because Amanda was taken to the hospital by ambulance. She was taken to the ER.
Excuse me? You can't be serious, Mom. Taken away by ambulance for a little fever? What's ER going to do? Give her an aspirin and send her home? Please.
She had a temperature of over 103 degrees Fahrenheit with symptoms of pneumonia, difficulty breathing. When I got there, she was unconscious. I called the ambulance right away. She looked so bad, I thought she wasn't going to make it. But the hospital did what they could, and now she's in stable condition, but still has a fever. I hate to imagine what would have happened if I hadn't arrived in time.
Yeah, well, I was only trying to, just wanted to toughen her up is all. I thought I was doing her a favor. Yeah, I suppose I went a little too far, but it was for her own good.
Excuse me? Have you gone total bat crazy, son?
You know her. She's not working. Just a housewife staying at home all day. so I figured I should...
Please stop. I don't want to hear your lame excuses.
Right. By the way, which hospital is Amanda at?
Sorry, I'm not going to tell you.
Huh? Seriously? Why not?
I was going to, of course. She's your wife, after all. But after hearing you trying to legitimize your despicable behavior, what good would it do to tell you? If you show up at the hospital, you would just make things worse. Once she sees you, her condition would probably deteriorate further. No need for you to come to the hospital. I don't want you dumping ice-cold water on her again.
But Mom, you can't just block me from going.
Oh, yes, I can. And I will not allow you to see her until she gives me permission. Not until then.
Come on, Mom, be reasonable, would you? Hey, Amanda! I heard you're out of the hospital and back to normal. You went straight to your parents' place, I hear. Well, it's been a month, Amanda. How about coming home pretty soon? What do you say? The place is a mess. Dust everywhere, and the laundry is piling up like crazy. I've been wearing the same shirt for days. And meals? I'm really getting sick of takeout and that drive-thru crap. Starting to taste like cardboard. The bath needs cleaning too. Hair and gunk in the drain. Yuck!
Wow. That's all you can say after 1 month, huh?
Yeah, well, I know I was partially to blame for what I did to you last month, but it's been a month for God's sake. How long is this little marital dispute going to last? Right? Let's just forget about it and get back to married life.
You really have no idea, do you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Divorce. I'm talking about divorce.
Seriously? I'm really not in the mood for dumb jokes. I'm serious here. I'm talking about our future. Divorce? Where'd that even come from?
I'm currently talking to my lawyer about how to proceed.
Did you just say lawyer?
My lawyer will probably get in touch with you in a few days, so just so you know.
Hey, come on, Amanda. Hey, Amanda, pick up! Come on! What's this about compensation? You're demanding money from me? Seriously?
I know where you went that day. You know that day when I had the fever and I was taken to the hospital? I know all about it.
What are you talking about?
It seems you were on a date with your girlfriend, cheating on your wife, it seems. You were so focused on that little date of yours and left me despite my dire condition. Actually, you should thank me. I could have pressed charges for endangering my life. I could have died or been permanently impaired. I discussed the circumstances with my lawyer, and he came up with a reasonable number for the compensation amount. We expect to be paid. Don't go shrinking on your responsibilities.
Hold it 1 second. Who the hell is cheating on you? I have no idea what you're talking about. You have no proof I was cheating on you. Give me a break. Just because you want a divorce doesn't mean you can just make shit up.
Why do you think I hired a lawyer? If I didn't have ample proof, I would not have retained a lawyer. Or didn't you even think that far?
But you can't.
And what's more, while I was at my parents' place, you brought your girlfriend into our home.
Yeah, right. I would never do that.
Oh, really? Your mom saw you.
Huh? My mom?
I was incapacitated, resting at home, so your mom hired a private detective and did some checking herself. Well, all that work paid off apparently. We got a truckload of evidence. You know, photos, text messages, witness accounts, the works.
Are you serious?
Oh, and we also sent a compensation demand to your partner in crime.
You what?
She's your boss at work, I hear. Nice one. They tell me you two were neglecting work and using the conference room as some kind of lover's nest.
Why do you even know that?
Apparently, some of your work colleagues knew what you guys were up to. Bet you thought you were being sneaky. How embarrassing. I mean, really, Brian, you guys constantly booking meeting rooms and not coming out for hours? Did you really think nobody noticed?
What? You're making this up, right?
You wish. So, that's the situation. Oh, Forgot one more.
There's more?
Your partner in this adulterous affair? Her husband will probably be contacting you too. More money, I'm sure.
Come on, no way!
Come to grips with it, Brian. What you did was despicable, and now you're going to pay the consequences for your actions. Simple as that.
This is not happening! We're both finished! We'll be fired over this! What am I going to do? Mom! I know you're there! Pick up! I thought you were on my side! When did you turn against your own son? I was worried about you and found out you're not at home! What the hell is going on?
I'm thinking about selling the place.
Excuse me? Are you serious?
Your dad passed away 10 years ago. Maybe that place is just too big for me to live there alone. I thought I would sell it and buy a small condo by the sea with a nice view, preferably.
A condo? By the sea? Really? What about me? If you're going to sell that house, I need the money to pay off the compensation. Without it, I'm finished. I won't even have a job come the end of the month thanks to you and Amanda.
Sorry? Why do I have to cover for you? That's your problem. I have nothing to do with it.
For one, you're my mother, for God's sake. You can help your son, can't you?
You really think I would give money to a son I plan to cut ties with? To be honest, I don't think of you as my son anymore, after what you did to Amanda.
Cut ties? With your son? Seriously?
I've already arrived at the apartment I'm renting temporarily. Once I get the house sold, I'll look for a nice condo by the sea. Kind of exciting, to be honest.
You already moved out? Tell me where you're at. Give me the address right this second, Mom.
Sorry, no can do. And stop calling me Mom.
Huh? Why not?
I never want to see you again, that's why. Isn't that what cut ties means? I no longer have a son. There, I said it.
But why cut ties? Come on, Mom. We're blood related. You can't just delete that.
I certainly can. Goodbye, former son.
Why? Why you, Mom? I thought I could count on you, Mom. Please.
I asked my mother-in-law if I should really have gone all the way with my ex. She was adamant that I did the right thing, and she had no regrets about cutting ties with her son. As a matter of fact, she said she was happy that she gained a beautiful daughter. As for Brian and his partner in crime, they were both fired from their jobs, and last I heard they moved in with Brian's grandparents. I received the first check from them soon after. Apparently, they both landed jobs somewhere. My mother-in-law is in touch with her folks. They seem to be keeping an eye on them. I never really think of them anymore. Actually, I really don't care what happens to them, as long as they keep paying me. I'm just glad I gained a kind and considerate mother. We meet often for lunch at her beautiful new condo on the beach. Man, what a view!
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.